Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a banger for you. It's Sunday and we are trying to do some grocery delivery. We just picked up a Walmart Spark at the closest one to my house. It's about 3 miles away. $18.50 for 3 miles. Had 3 waters. Okay, I'm gonna get a little muscle, a little exercise today. But after that, we're gonna try to do some more Spark, some more InstaCart, whatever we can. And if all that fails, we'll just do DoorDash. We've tried to do Shipt today a little bit, but I am not getting any offers from them, so I don't know if we're going to get, but I definitely would like to get something from Shipt just to try it out. All right, we finished that Walmart Spark. It was 3 miles, 2 orders. The second one had 3 waters, but the lady asked me to bring them inside, and I believe there was a $10 tip to start with, and then she added 5 cash. So thank you very much, ma'am. Have a wonderful day. We appreciate it. Now we are off to Smith's, where we picked up an Instacart, 16 items for $16, $17 for 3 miles. And then after that, we have Walmart Spark right back where we started from for another short $13.50, 2 delivery, a 3 or 4 mile run. And we're gonna go ahead and knock those out. I am not going to post screenshots today until the end, and I may not show in between time warps or whatnot. I may not even post this video. We'll see. I'm just recording for the sake of recording and getting the habit of it, and that's that. So, all right, we have arrived at Smith's. We have 16 items to shop for, roughly $16.50 or $17. I will look that up when we finish. Right after this Smith's, we are heading right back to Walmart for another Spark delivery we picked up for 2.5 miles, $13.50, 2 small orders. We love those. They're fast, take about 20 minutes from that location. So let's go shopping. All right, we finished shopping for those 16 items, 19 units. It took 20 minutes, a little bit longer than I would have liked. That's because they had some specialty items that sometimes you can't see when you're previewing the list. Gouda smoked cheese, which they were out of. Their backup, another different smoked cheese, boar's head, out of. And then some flatbread. I searched the store. They had one little rack of flatbread. It wasn't there. So we gave it an extra effort just because I feel like you should put in a little bit, but I would give it like a minute or 2 max and move on, because time is money, and that's it. So we're gonna drop this off and then head to Walmart, pick that up, and we'll see where we go from there. I may not be giving screenshots, but at the end of the video, I'll definitely be posting those most likely, and then giving totals and the amount of time spent shopping and money made on a Sunday in Las Vegas. All right, and we're back. We finished up the Instacart delivery. It was $17.32 for 3.5 miles. It took about 35 minutes. That was pretty good for such a short trip and a lot of items, not a lot of items, 16 items to shop for. It's pretty fast, 20 minutes and then 15 minutes to deliver. I like those. Unfortunately, they were out of a few items, and this was a percent-based tip, and it started at $11.66, so the job did pay a little higher than I remember when I took it and mentioned when I said I took an Instacart. So I do apologize for that, and it dropped down $2. It is what it is. The lady was very nice, and I'm happy to do those types of deliveries. Anything less than 4 miles and anything less than 20 items for $20, you should take those, because I take those all the time. Anyways, we picked up the Walmart and we're off to deliver that. That is about 3.5 miles as well. 2 deliveries, $13.50. I did not see a tip on it, but it's at my favorite place to pick up from, Walmart on Cheyenne and 215, a few miles from my house. So, as I said before, we'll go up and down the hill a few times today for work. All right, we finished up that Walmart Spark, 2 deliveries, 4.4 miles, painless, no tip, short drive, easy drop off of a couple grocery orders. I understand I took it without a tip, but I've said it before, the short ones like that where you don't have to shop, you just deliver, it's not so bad. Maybe people aren't used to having the tip for services like this because it's not food. I don't know. Maybe it'll change, maybe it won't, but I'll still take these because it takes about 20 minutes. The store that I go to is really fast to get you the items, and then you drive there down the hill and you're done. In the meantime, we took an Instacart for 3 items for 5 miles, but we dropped that one because we got our first Shipt order today. It's not a banger by any stretch. I picked up a Walmart Spark after the Shipt and then dropped the Instacart because I was just not going to be able to make the Instacart in time. So I took the hit on cancellation and I dropped it. I'll post the details up here. This first ever Shipt order we're getting. It's 5 items, maybe 5 or 6 miles. Target that I have to go to for the items is close to where this Walmart drop-off is. So I got the Walmart for a mile for $9.50, 14 items that I don't have to shop for. Did I mention that? Those are nice. Then to Target, 5 items. I have to shop for those for this Shipt that I've never done any work for today. So today's the first day we're going to do Shipt. Like I've said a few times, we've never done it. I'm pretty excited. It's $9.89. It's not a banger by any stretch, but it gets us some experience and we get to see what this Shipt platform is all about so we can share it with you. So we have arrived at the Target to do this 5-item shop. On the drive over here, I was a little nervous because I didn't actually get the physical card yet. And I remember when I first got accepted to the app last week that it said only take prepaid ones until you get the card. And I thought maybe I took one and I was going to have to kick it and then adjust the video to say, sorry, I couldn't take it because it wasn't prepaid. Well, it is prepaid for 5 items. I'll have the total miles and stuff like that at the end. $9.89 though is definitely the total. Our first order on Shipt. Let's go shopping. All right, we just finished shopping for 5 items at Target for Shipt, our first one. We had to have some help. Somebody just drove by in a Corvette in a 35 zone doing 90. Good for them. Anyways, we had to get some help. There was a ladies' vest, and if anybody has ever been in a ladies section in any clothing store or department store or, Target, anything that has women's clothes, it's large. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked for a few minutes and then I grabbed help right away. Found it in a short amount of time, and then I asked for help to find a file that I didn't see as well, that was in a different aisle than it said on the app. We all got it done very quickly. Now we're going to go pick up a Spark for the round robin at 6:45 and at 6:43, so I'm going to be roughly right about on time. Then we'll drop these 2 off and we'll move on to something else after that. But I'm pretty excited. The Shipt prepaid was pretty awesome. You just go grab the items, you show your digital receipt to a... It's pretty awesome. You show your self-checkout digital receipt. No. It's pretty awesome. You show your digital receipt to a self-checkout clerk and they scan it, look at your items, and then you go to a little bagging area for this, throw it in a bag, and you're out the door. It's not too bad. Again, it's only $9.89, and I'm guessing when I see the totals, it's probably going to be like 7 miles. Not the greatest, not the worst, but a very good experience to share with everyone on the channel how Shipt works. My first one, hopefully this was your first one watching. At least in Vegas, I don't think Shipt is very popular here yet, but I could be wrong about that. If you have any experience with Shipt, please leave some comments in the comments below and let me know. I'd appreciate that. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. All you have to do is click this little red icon in the lower right-hand part of the screen and you're subscribed. You get notifications. You'll help me out a lot and help grow the channel, because that's what I'm trying to do, is grow the channel. Now we're on our way to Spark. Let's get that done. All right, I just looked at the total miles, actually just the delivery miles. It is 9.5 miles to the customer's location for delivery, and then it was probably 2.5 miles from where I was to the Target. So let's just round it up to 12 miles for $9.89. It was not great, but it was definitely well worth the experience to share with everyone. Now we know, and I'll probably not take such an order again with that distance without at least being $1 a mile. But it was well worth the try, and I'm happy about it. 5 items, it's not the end of the world. It wasn't 50. Also, I wanted to add before I forget, I did try to take the Tylenol back the next day. I did not remember where I put the receipt. And by the time I figured out everything, it was past the 48-hour window, so we did not get the $10 for taking the Tylenol back. I will make sure in the future to keep an eye on every receipt until I know it's definitely not needed. They say to keep it for 2 weeks. I would say a couple days is safe. Just get yourself a little envelope, put in a glove box or something and keep them there, and then just throw them away after a while. In this instance, it cost me $10, but now I remember, hey, keep those receipts in case of returns, because you do get paid for the delivery and the return. And we finally delivered the Spark that we stacked on top of the Shipt and the Shipt. The Shipt turned into crap, and here's why. First, it was $10, we'll round up, for 12 miles. Items weren't hard to find, but when we got to the gated community of this place, they had given us the wrong address somehow. And when it had a guard there, and when they called to get confirmation to let me in, those people had no idea that they had a delivery, who I was. They weren't going to let me in. So then I had to reach out to the customer and ask, and they said no, they gave the right address and that they had give permission to the gate to let me in. They had no clue. Then it comes to light, she did give the wrong address. 15 minutes plus, unpaid for, all because somebody couldn't type in their address right or whatever the case is. It's silly sometimes, but we have successfully completed our first Shipt order. They gave us another offer, but it is like 20 miles for $8 from that same Target. I'm not doing it. We are now on our way to Smith's and Sprouts for 5 items, 2 deliveries for 3 miles, and hopefully we'll pick up a Spark or something else after that. We'll see where it goes from here. But that was definitely a nightmare. Slowed me down a lot, and I was doing well up until that point. But I show you these things so you can be prepared for these bumps. I'm not mad. There's no reason to get mad. I'm a little disappointed that sometimes you get these and your first time out, it's not very pleasant. It makes me not really want to do Shipt. A, it was low pay. B, it was a disaster. And I'm not going to get compensated for the extra time because the customer gave me the wrong address. Okay, it is 10:05 and we are done for the day. 6-hour shift. Was pretty good. There was no super bangers today, but we did what we had to do. And I believe once I read these totals to you, you're going to be pretty happy to see that on Sundays, I don't think you should deliver any food at all. I think you should just focus on, if you can, focus on these 2 apps, InstaCart and Spark. It's the busiest day of the week grocery shopping wise. You're probably going to get more tips on Sunday, but there's no guarantee. I definitely took some no-tip deliveries from Spark today, but in my opinion, Spark compensates a little bit more for the no tips, and the mileage is short. Like, at least 3 of the deliveries for Spark today were within 2 miles, 2 deliveries. Average about 3 miles for 2 deliveries from this location that I like, and that's okay with me. They compensate a little bit extra for the no tip, and it's sometimes just small grocery deliveries, 10 items or less, 5 items or less. I take those, and I believe that you should take those as well. Don't if you don't want to. I take them. All right, the moment you all been waiting for, 6 hours, Sunday evening from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Northwest Las Vegas, about 11 miles northwest of the Strip. $130.98. Not too shabby. I didn't have to bust my ass. One order had 3 waters. Nice lady. She tipped $10 on the app and then $5 cash when I got there. Obviously, cases of water are pretty heavy, so please preview the order before taking it, because if you don't want to schlep water around, make sure you don't take it so you don't hurt your cancellation rate. Me, I don't mind. I can still do it. I got a little energy left at my age, but 130.98 for 6 hours. Let's do the math. 21.83 an hour is not great, but it's not terrible. It's definitely better than what I've been doing on camera before today, and I really didn't even have to bust my chops. I mean, it was fairly easy, and I could have done a little bit better. That Shipt one was an hour of my time probably of dead time. Dead time. The 20 minutes at the gate waiting to be let in. What I did to increase my per hour average up was stack stuff. I get a little creative and I do my own routing, and I take stuff from multiple apps. I live on the edge a little bit. I don't advise you do this, but I will. Unless you learn your area a little bit better, then maybe you might want to push the envelope. But for me, I know when I can stack stuff and I know when I can't. And if I get something from Instacart that is going to be near the end of a delivery from Spark, I take that, and then vice versa. So today I kind of just did a loop around Lake Mead and Cheyenne and Rampart and 215. I just did a circle, basically. I didn't go east, I didn't go north, I didn't go south. I stayed in one little corridor, and for me, I didn't stray too far away from home. I made $130 in 6 hours. I have some content for you. It's a win. I will definitely keep posting screenshots so you see that I'm transparent. I'm definitely never going to blow smoke up your behind. I always want to be straightforward, because this is a learning tool for you and a learning tool for me too on what I can and can't do. This week should be pretty interesting. Starting tomorrow, I am going to probably take some losses and take some long distance 20-mile jobs for 20 bucks on Frayt and Dispatch. GoShare has some ridiculous stuff, usually 20 miles for $12. But I want to share my experience, and I'm going to take those this week. As you see, I went out last night and hit the strip for just over an hour. Didn't go well, but maybe next time the strip will go a lot better. I have to learn over there. There's really no place to park and sit while you're waiting for a ping. So maybe we need a scooter, maybe we need a bicycle. I don't know, but we're going to figure it out together. I'm glad you joined me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself and each other, and peace.